In this video, I'm going to give you an explanation how to give a description by using the verb to be plus an adjective. We can use the verb to be plus an adjective to describe a number of things. For example, we could talk about the weather, we could talk about objects, or we could talk about people. We could describe the weather, the current weather, the weather right now, or past weather, or future weather using the verb to be and adjectives. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So let's go with the first chart. I will show you the first chart, and here it is. So here we have here a picture of a thermometer indicating that it's warm. So right now it is warm. If I'm talking about the past, I'm talking about yesterday. Yesterday it was warm. If I'm talking about tomorrow, I could say it will be warm tomorrow. So I'm using the verb to be plus an adjective. In this case, it's the adjective warm. I can also use the verb to be in negative sentences. So for example, it isn't warm today. It isn't warm, it's cool. It wasn't warm yesterday. I'm referring to the past, so it wasn't warm yesterday, it was cool. Or tomorrow, if I'm talking about tomorrow, it won't be warm tomorrow, it will be cool. I can also ask questions. So when I ask questions, I simply have to use the verb to be again. You simply invert the subject and the verb, and you say, is it warm? Is it warm right now? Was it warm yesterday? Was it warm last night? Or future, will it be warm tomorrow? So I'm using the verb to be plus an adjective. In this case, we had the adjective warm. Let's go with another adjective, this time cold. The picture here represents coldness. Okay, so it's cold. It is cold at the moment. It is cold right now. Yesterday it was cold, and tomorrow it will be cold. I can use it in negative sentences as well. It isn't cold at the moment. It isn't cold now. It's present. Yesterday it wasn't cold. It wasn't cold last night. I can also use it in the future. It won't be cold tomorrow. It won't be cold tonight. I can ask questions too. Is it cold at the moment? Is it cold outside right now? If I'm talking about the past, was it cold yesterday? Was it cold last night? And if I'm talking about the future, will it be cold tonight? Will it be cold next weekend, for example? Let's go with another adjective here. Okay, we have here the adjective here. We have a picture indicating that it's cloudy. Cloudy. It is cloudy at the moment. Yesterday it was cloudy, and tomorrow it will be cloudy too. Cloudy. Negative sentences. It isn't cloudy. It isn't cloudy at the moment. Yesterday it wasn't cloudy, and tomorrow it won't be cloudy. I can use it in questions. Is it cloudy at the moment? Was it cloudy last night? Will it be cloudy next weekend? That's the future. Let's go with this one here. Okay. This one here, this is of course the wind, and a picture showing the wind. Okay, and we use the adjective windy. Windy is an adjective, so it is windy at the moment. Last night it was windy, and tomorrow it will be windy too. I can use it in negative sentences. It isn't windy at the moment. it wasn't windy last night, it won't be windy at all this weekend, for example. Or I can ask questions. Is it windy outside? Is it windy at the moment? Was it windy last night? Will it be windy tomorrow? Will it be windy tomorrow? So let's look here. We have here again. So you see here we have the present simple. It is. It isn't if the sentence is negative. Is it if I ask a question. And it's followed by an adjective. So for example, I have here sunny, clear, beautiful, gorgeous, partly sunny, partly cloudy, it's overcast, it's cloudy, it's stormy. It isn't rainy, it isn't snowy. It is miserable, it is lousy, it's terrible, it's awful. I can also use the simple past. For example, it was, it wasn't, was it? Okay. It was sizzling. Sizzling means it's very, very, very hot. It was hot. It was muggy. It was humid. It was warm. It was mild. It was balmy. We use the word mild when the temperature is interesting in the spring. It's not very warm, but it's not cool. It's a little bit in between. And we use the word balmy in the winter when the temperature rises a little, is a little warm, but not too warm, but just a little. Okay, so we use the word balmy. I can also use the adjectives cool. Okay, cool when it's rather it's not pleasant. Okay, it could be not necessarily very pleasant. Chilly, chilly. Damp, it was damp. It was nippy. Nippy means it's very, very cold. And it was cold, that means it's very, very, very cold. And freezing even more. If when you say it's freezing, it's very, very cold. It's something like minus 30 degrees Celsius. I can use it, for example, to talk about the wind. Okay, so if I talk about the wind, I could say it will be windy, it will be breezy. If I'm referring to the visibility, I can say it was foggy or it will be foggy. I'm using adjectives. So here I'm talking about the sky condition. Here I'm using words to talk about possible precipitations. Here I'm talking about adjectives. I'm using adjectives describing temperature. Here those adjectives describe the wind. And here this adjective is about the visibility of things. So basically here that was a little video explaining that you can use the verb to be in its present, its past, or its future form with an adjective to describe, for example, weather. You could use the same principle to talk about people or objects.